Hello! So the action in the background is from a round of Domination on the Battlefield Weekly servers last night. I'm going to be using the MG4, mainly because it's currently my favourite LMG. I don't use LMGs that often. You'll be able to spot that in the video because I reload far too often with LMGs. I'm used to using carbines and assault rifles with 30 round clips, and I kind of instinctively hit R every now and again, even though I've got 160 rounds left in my LMG. The channel's been a bit quiet this week, and that's because I've been preparing for Hardline, and one of the ways I've done that is cleaning up my PC a bit. So I've taken it apart, dusted it, put it back together again, and I've also reorganised my hard drives so that the Windows drive now has nothing but Windows on it, and that new SSD that I bought, I finally got round to using that as the games drive. Right, so there are a couple of things I want to talk about in this video. TIG has given us some more information regarding Battlefield 4 and CTE, and also of course we've got Hardline, which releases for me tomorrow. So the information TIG has given us concerns the night maps and why at the moment we haven't seen Pearl Market. The problem with Pearl Market is that it's a DLC map, not a standard map, so it wouldn't be available to everyone. And Tigger wants these new nighttime maps to be available to everybody who plays Battlefield 4. And it's the same for this new community map. That's going to be available to anybody who owns Battlefield 4. But because Pearl Market is exclusive DLC content, they're not really sure if they can just turn the lights off and give it away for free. TIG has also given out some information that next week CTE is going to start testing what they're calling the spring patch. So that's the next patch to go live in the retail version. Now this probably isn't going to happen until May, but the testing work for it is starting really soon. When questioned about new weapons and gadgets for the community map, he said that won't be happening. But he did suggest that there may well be new weapons and gadgets coming to Battlefield 4 at some point this year, and that development for Battlefield 4 is going to continue as long as there are enough players playing the game to justify it. They didn't set a timescale as to when Battlefield 4 development would stop, just that as long as they can justify keeping a team on Battlefield 4 because of the number of players, then that's likely to happen. But that they can't give out dates as to when things will be launched or when things will appear in the retail version of the game, because the team is working in a very dynamic way. They don't have fixed roles, they all switch jobs as appropriate. So there will be some people working on the community map, but the number working on it will change dramatically depending on what stage those maps are in, and also if they come across game-breaking bugs. At the moment I can't play CT at all because a potential fix they put in for the Battlefield 4 has stopped working bug causes me to have Battlefield 4 to stop working every 5 minutes or so, particularly if I aim down sights. It seems that AMD cards really don't like the fix they've put in, and it's one of the reasons why CTE won't be appearing on console, because Microsoft and Sony really wouldn't like them making builds of the game that could potentially break the game completely. Right, let's move on to Hardline. So for me, Hardline launches tomorrow. So over the next couple of weeks you can expect quite a few Battlefield Hardline videos. I have got a couple of pre-prepared Battlefield 4 videos. They're using guns which I've got 0 kills with in the game so far. So those will keep the Battlefield 4 content going briefly while I spend a lot of time working on Hardline. The Hardline videos are probably going to be in 30 frames per second because I'm pretty much going to have to record every minute that I play. Now I am planning a day of playing the single player all the way through and getting that out of the way. That I'll probably record in 60 frames per second. I'll edit all those en masse and then have them sitting on a hard drive so I can release them slowly over the next couple of weeks while I concentrate on the multiplayer. So you can expect videos on the new game modes and new maps that weren't covered in the beta, and also the premium bundle. Now that's had a few changes because it looks like a lot of features that were advertised for the premium bundle aren't actually available yet. And also I'll do a video on the Digital Deluxe Edition. What do you actually get in that digital deluxe edition from Origin? Are the guns overpowered? And is having that many battle packs at the start of the game an advantage over everybody else? At the moment I'm not sure whether there's going to be separate Battlefield 4 news shows or Battlefield Hardline news shows, or whether or not there should just be Battlefield news and combine the two. There's actually very little news for Battlefield 4. There's quite a lot of news for Battlefield 4 CTE, and maybe I'll just do a CTE update show and include any random bits of Battlefield 4 news in that. It all rather depends on how much news we get for Hardline, how popular Hardline is, and if you actually want to see Hardline on the channel that much. It all depends on how many views things get. That's what basically drives a channel, how many people watch the videos. Anyway, that's what's been going on, and that's what you can expect on the channel over the next couple of weeks. Thanks for watching.